Pause. Pause has power. Pause to think. Think what is inside you before thinking what is outside. It's just like how our elders used to say, whenever you are very angry, whenever you are agitated, pause, count 5 to 1 in your head, and then react. It gives you a little bit of a vision. I know many of you must have heard various inspiring talks which started with, during COVID, everything changed. And in your mind, you're thinking, if one more person starts their speech with COVID, you will need another booster shot. But please bear with me. For all our collective eye rolling, COVID was a sudden twist. It was a strange universal plot. Nations changed their safety standards. Huge companies upgraded their office rules. It was when we unplugged ourselves from our autopilot routines and into our lives. We sat, sometimes uncomfortably, with ourselves, our choices, our identities. It was in this state that I thought, is this what I want for myself? I questioned, what am I doing? I realized there was no one day which was coming to save me. If I wanted things different, I had to think differently. I had to act differently. And then only could I achieve the dreams that I wanted. In the state of global pause, I found a different version of myself. When we think, the first thing that we do is we set a target, we set a role model, we set a mentor. For me, like I mentioned in my previous TEDx in 2023 also, it was a huge real estate promoter back in Eastern India, and he has been a guardian through my childhood, and I always aspired to be like him. I was aware where I wanted to go. Thinking starts with awareness. Awareness is not very comfortable. Sometimes it comes uninvited and stands right in front of you until you're forced to look at it. For years, I introduced myself as an interior designer, culturally approved, Pinterest friendly, very happy. But in those pandemic weeks, I asked myself, is this what you want to be? Is this what you're capable of? I was born into a conservative Marwari family, and I was very sure that I was meant to be under the tree, under the shade, sheltered, taken care of. But God had other plans. He didn't want me to be under the shade. He wanted me to be the tree. He wanted me to be the umbrella or the umbrella factory. Thinking is a contemplation of various thoughts. It's when you start focusing on the you that you didn't even know existed in the script. It's the spark when you realize that what is the what if and not the how. Thinking and acting are correlated. If you just think, and you do not act, it makes no point. In the same way, if you act without thinking, again, there is no point. I decided to move out of my comfort zone into the world of real estate, to the world of the unknown. It was a huge leap, so I leapt. Construction sites, cement, strange men, trying to explain cement to me as if I existed from another planet. People laughed, sometimes criticized. They asked me, so where's the uncle? Where's the husband? Where is the father? Where is the family money? Spoiler, nowhere. I was trying to be as self-made as I could be. Paperwork was an emotional violence that I was not ready for. Tenant forms, legal procedures, banking details, that was something which really kept me awake at night. But going ahead courageously, that's part and parcel of your journey. I will share something personal here, that although many things were changing on the outside, my life was also changing inside. In the past 20 months, I became a single mom. I got divorced. I have twin boys, and I lost my only living parent. So it was a huge change. I'm sure all of you have gone through something or the other in life. We all grow up believing that we'll have a happily ever after. But at one point, we need to decide that what makes us happy. What is our ever after? It's not that Bollywood story. It's the love story that you have with yourself, with your ambition, with your goal. Because your health, your career, they are two things which will never leave you. Many things were happening together. I was very used to profession. In profession, you don't invest. You give your time, you give your mind, and finally, you yield money. In construction, I was draining out all my money and was waiting for the results later on. It's a mindset difference. And at this time, there were questions which I asked myself every time I woke up. Are you sure you can build this? Are you sure you can build something while you're breaking on the outside? But I was swimming right through it. People just didn't doubt the business. They doubted me, my ambition, my goal, my audacity. Are you emotionally capable of handling this right now? It was a question I was asked so many times. But here's the mantra which kept me going. I followed it throughout my entire journey, that I would never quit. I would keep trying as hard as I can. The show doesn't go on because you're ready. The show goes on because you do not quit. I didn't wait for approval. Not all of us have the leisure to first heal, then act. Some of us need to act first while we are bleeding. And nothing can show on your face, because the moment you show your weakness, people in front try to take advantage of you. So there I was, going ahead. I think the bravest thing I was doing was not standing in a boardroom or doing a contract detail. The bravest thing that I was doing was showing up for myself. It is like Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, that karm kar, phal ki asha na kar. There was a lot of power which I had in resilience. Then finally came the day where there was a registry. I was buying the land. The buyers came. They were expecting a grey-haired patriarch sitting on signing the papers. There they found me, a young girl with a pen and the audacity to own the room. They were shocked. The shock itself was priceless. It was more to me than the project itself. It meant a lot. And that's how, brick by brick, tier by tier, I grew. Construction, design, structure all became metaphors of my life. And I'd like to share the cheat code over here. It is thinking gives vision. Action gives momentum. When you achieve something that you always dreamt of, it puts you on another level of high. We all go through changes. We all renovate our lives. We all have that power. Sometimes we dismantle a belief. Sometimes we rewire a wall. We all have a set mindset, which what society has taught us, parents have taught us, our own expectations of ourselves has taught us. But we have to just break through and reach wherever we want to. It's an infinity loop. It's not a linear line that you go ahead and do whatever you want. You have to keep repeating. You have to show up for yourself whenever required. It's like in William Shakespeare's play, Julius Caesar said, I came, I achieved, and I conquered. So my friends over here, I would like to ask you, where in your life do you want to think? Do you think you can change? because your one day isn't coming. You need to be the architect of your life. But before you do any of this, please believe. Believe in yourself and in your dreams. Thank you very much.